Hey guys, it's Sergeant Davidson, active duty Air Force recruiter for Huntsville, Alabama. So if you know anybody who wants to join the Air Force and you're in the northern Alabama region, please send them my way and I'll take care of them. But today's video, we're going to be covering some tips and tricks to know beforehand before you meet with any military recruiter, but more specifically Air Force, because that's my background. All the other branches are very similar, but they might have slight differences. So the number one tip, that's the most important, is show up on time, be professional, and bring all of your source documents. So show up on time, make sure you don't cancel last minute or you show up an hour late. I can tell you from personal experience that already starts off on the wrong foot and it's just very aggravating and upsetting. We have very tight schedules, and if you show up an hour late, now you're going to someone else's appointment. Now you're gonna push their day back. So make sure you show up a little bit early, dress professionally. Subconsciously, the recruiter's gonna give you more attention if you show up ready to go, looking like an actual job interview. Don't show up in ripped sweatpants and a tank top that's got a whole bunch of SpaghettiO stains on it. You know, dress professionally in a nice t-shirt, like a Mario t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, a little nerd shout out, or a polo, some nice jeans, no rips. Just dress professionally. You wanna show them some courtesy and respect by dressing respectfully. And then source documents, make sure that you bring your ID, birth certificate, social security card, and your education records. That's extremely important. And when you talk to your recruiter, they'll tell you to bring that as well. But make sure you bring those. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is, I always say bring a friend or family member, especially one that was in the military. That's very nice as well, because they can kind of do some fact checking for you. And it's kind of a family decision. Of course, if you're coming with a spouse and children, definitely bring them. The military lifestyle can be a little bit different for spouses, so they'll have a lot of questions and concerns to ask the recruiter as well, so make sure they come. Tip number three, make sure you're totally honest. So that first appointment, you're gonna be asked a lot of questions. You're gonna be filling out some really boring government forms concerning your medical history, your drug history. At least for the Air Force, everyone gets a secret clearance ran on them, which is extremely valuable. That investigation costs about $20,000, and you take that secret clearance with you when you leave. So it's much easier to get jobs at private corporations like Raytheon and Boeing, stuff like that, because if you already have that secret clearance, they see dollar signs, they don't have to spend that $20,000 to get you that clearance. But with that being said, with that security clearance getting ran, they're gonna know about any type of criminal involvement, anything along those lines. And when I say be totally honest on the medical form as well, when you go up to MEPS, MEPS is the Military Entry Processing Station, you're gonna have a one-on-one with the doctor. You'll be completely naked. So if you have any type of self-harm scars, surgical scars, now is the time to tell your recruiter during that initial appointment, because if they find out about it up at MEPS, you're one, gonna get disqualified, and two, your recruiter's gonna be very upset that you lied to them that you had major spine surgery, and he can't see the scar on your back, but you obviously knew about it. So definitely be 100% honest about drug use, any type of law enforcement involvement, and your medical history. That is number one. Make sure you are being completely honest with them, okay? And tip number three, which is also super important, make sure you do some research before you show up. So I love when one of my applicants rolls through the door and they have a huge book full of questions. I had someone come through with 5 pages of questions, and that appointment took like 3 hours, but I was totally okay with it because they had done so much research and they had all these questions, and we got all the answers for them. I didn't know all the answers, and I was totally honest with them, and we tracked them down on the spot, so that's what it took a little bit longer. And they had such detailed questions. It was really cool. It just showed me that they had taken a lot of time and effort and done a lot of research into the Air Force, which is good. Just don't go up there and be like, what does the Air Force do? And what is the Air Force gonna do for me? So do a little bit of research. We all got awesome smartphones. 10-15 minutes on airforce.com, and you can find out a lot about the Air Force's mission and our benefits, okay? It will just kind of help speed up the appointment. But those are some big tips and tricks. If you guys have any more, drop them in the comments. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and stay tuned for more videos. All right, see you guys.